Okay, I've had the idea since the other day when I did the analog video, I think it was 2 days ago, that maybe I should, an easier way for me to show a little more how to program some of this stuff is for me to actually kind of show you some of the programs that I've done, or I'll give you an easy one first, and I'll actually see if I can figure out a way to make this available for you to download to play around with. But I'll give you an HMI program that goes with the PLC program. That way you can kind of see how they kind of work together. I can't remember if this is actually a complete program or if this is a prototype that I did in developing one. But either way, most of it should function and stuff if you want to play around with it. And we'll kind of go through it and reverse engineer it, and I'll explain some of the things that I've done in the program and why I did them. And there may be better ways to do it. Like I said, I'm an electrician. I'm not an engineer, but I do the best with the brains I have, and it comes out pretty good for me usually. Sometimes things don't work, but I usually figure it out. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to show you. I've taken my company logos off of this because my boss said he didn't want the company logos on there. So taking those off. Let me get these opened up and I'll get them moved over there where you can see them, and I'll kind of explain some of the things on there and how they work. Okay, this is the HMI program. And I'll actually show you how to put a logo back on here like I had it, because I had the logo set as a background. That American flag there, it's actually set as a background too. Okay, let me open up the PLC program now. We'll get it over there and we can switch back and forth, and I can show you kind of how some of it plays together. And hopefully this will help explain a lot to people that are really wanting to understand how these kind of shake hands with each other and work. Certain things, and there's lots more that you can learn, but this will give you a good base, and I think this might spark some interest in some people to exactly what's working and what's not. Let me see if I can get all this on the screen for you. Now you can see exactly what's going on with them. Okay, we'll go. This is the HMI program first. I'll do a little explanation on some of this first. Okay, and how I set things up. This is a screen that I generally set up as a logo screen. Okay, and this screen, if you'll notice, when I right click on it, it's going to pull it up. I have it named the logo screen. It names it on the tab up here once you put it in here. And as I open these screen up, it's going to populate tabs across here. It makes it a really quick way to switch between screens and editing the screens. Okay, this is screen number 1. You can change your screen number orders over here. Okay, this screen is basically has no animations to it, nothing overlaying anything. Okay, because this is my logo screen. Okay, this is my main screen. This actually has functions on it. Okay, this is a button for a pattern. We'll open it up and I'll show you what it does. This is a go-to screen. It takes you to screen number 3. When you push that button, which is this screen right here, okay, it switches to a base screen. In other words, it's switching you from this screen to another base screen, which is this one. View, this is where you set up how your buttons look. Okay, and you can see you have the on and the off, and I'll show you here in a little bit. After we walk through some of this, I'll show you how to get to some of these things to customize them. And like I say, I'll try to make these available to where you can download them, and that way you can change them, play with them, do whatever you want. And try to, uh-oh, I forgot to take Simco off of there. Oh, well, hope you don't get too mad. I took the logo off, boss. All right, anyway, this is how you set the registration text for the button. See, it says pattern page, pattern page. Okay, this is if you want a button to only show up when a certain instance happens, like a switch is turned, a physical switch is turned on, a physical input is turned on, physical input is turned on, or that's what this page here is for. And this is options, touch sound. This is all stuff you can just kind of play around with. Okay. This is just a text box. Okay, this is where you go in. You can put your text in there. There we go. Get rid of it for him. Okay. But you can change the size of your text. You can normal animations. You can make it flash if you want. Watch, I'll show you. And right here, you go down here, this is what gives you a preview of it. Okay, that's what your screen's going to look like. Okay, the flash doesn't work, I guess, unless you have it downloaded anyways. But okay. Anyways, place on top layer. This is very important. You want most of your stuff to set on the top layer because you're going to wind up having a logo down here, and you'd want all of this stuff on top. And I'll show you another little trick too here in the screen. You're going to make this screen be on top of that screen. But if you have something not showing up, if you put a button over here for some reason it hides something you're not wanting it to hide, or something hides a button, it's because you don't have that device on top, on the top layer. That's something you'll understand it once you play around with it a little bit. Okay, see this American flag up here, I can't click on it. It's pulling up screen properties when I do it, okay, because that is actually on this logo screen. That is considered a logo. All right, now I'm going to show you the screen properties of this screen. You'll see how this logo gets overlaid on here. Just out in the field, right click, go to properties. Okay, this is the main screen. Main screen, screen number 2, screen number 2. Options. Okay. I want to overlay with base screen number 1. In other words, I want this screen to overlay this screen. Overlay with base screen number 1. Okay, so now I'm overlaying this whole screen. Okay, if display this screen as a base screen, okay, now watch this, I'll show you. I'll move this down here. Now open up that, see how that flag's on top? Properties, I want place on top layer. Okay, let's see if we can pick this flag. Properties, it's not on top layer. Okay. Properties of the screen itself, overlay with main screen. Options. Display this screen over overlay 1. Okay. Now see how the flag went, which the fonts are red, so it's kind of hard to tell, but if you do that over overlay 1, it makes this screen go over that overlay. So it puts everything behind it. I mean, you want to change the font to a different color, obviously, because that way you could see through the flag, but just showing you how that works. Anyways, to give you an idea, it's something you can play around with. And if you'll notice these little boxes that are here and there, you can't click on those either here. It's just bringing up, oh no, it is pulling up. Okay, go to screen command because it overlaid it. But that's a go to command. I'll show you how to do those here in a minute. I'd forgotten. There's a page down here that I have those actually on. And this page, when you open up properties in one of these and go to options, overlay with that second one, that is screen number 10. That's what's overlaying all of these go-tos on these other screens. And I'll try to get to showing you all those. If I don't, I'll get to it in another video. Okay, like this page right here, just to show you what some of the stuff is doing, what the purpose of this is. This page actually turns motor speed up and down via a 420 milliamp analog output signal from the PLC to a drive. Okay, in order to do that, I have it where this, well actually I'm turning the dwell up on, let's go to an actual motor. Seam welder speed, here we go. Okay, this is actually turning the motor up and down. Okay, so if you go to this is a numerical input. That's what this is. So when you actually push this on the screen, it's going to give you a pop-up numerical input key box that you can actually put numbers in here with if you want to adjust the speed from where you want it, and it's adjust with the scaling you have on your analog output card that I showed you in the other video, and I'll show you that again here in a second too. Okay, this is basically how it's all set up. This is destination. It's going to seam weld speed address. I have that set on to where you're not actually seeing the address because I'm using my tag names in here, but it's D002, okay? And I'll show you how to do that too here. I think I've already shown you how to do that, but anyways, I'll show you how to later if I haven't. Anyways, this is my destination device. It's putting this number into D2 or seam welder speed data register. Okay. I'm going to cancel out. The rest of that is just how to set up the views, the pictures. This is the frame and the inner color and the fonts. This is your font color. This is your font size. There's the magnification. That's the size of your fonts in the middle. Trigger conditions if you want it to pop up out of nowhere. Comments are useful to put in here to just tell yourself later on what exactly this is doing in your program. If you're wanting to go back to it ever and say, oh, seam speed, what am I doing? You can put in here. This adjusts the speed of the seam roller or seam motor via 4 to 20 output to VFD. If you wanted to get technical with it, you could put all that in there, and that way you know exactly what this was doing. You could even put in here the destination to D2 data register 2 and your PLC or something if you want. You put anything in here you want to describe it to yourself if you want. Okay, now these buttons right here, these are what I call them increment and decrement buttons, or up and down buttons is a easier way to say it. The up and down. If I push this button, it makes this number go up 1 point. If I push it again, it goes up another point. If I push this down, it drops 1 point. This is kind of a fine tune in motor speed is what I'm using this for. Okay, and this is set up. It's a word button. It's not a bit button. I'll show you that here in just a second too. But you go in here, destination device address, it's going to the same thing this is going to. So when I push this button, it's going to add. So you have the add, subtract, whatever. This is going to add from source 1 point to it. Okay. Same thing, views, all that stuff you can set up. Views, you go into picture manager. There's a lot of stuff I have saved in here. I mean, you put the flaming Dr. Pepper on there, whatever, beer, whatever it is. Anything you want, you can make a button. You can get all this out of Symbols Manager or Symbols Factory, any of this stuff. And you can actually bring your own JPEGs and stuff into Symbol Factory, make your own buttons out of pictures if you wanted to. Symbol Factory, you can just go click this button here. It's going to pull up thousands and thousands of pictures that they have in here, and you can customize these as far as color, anything you want. Containers, they have vessels in here. There's a duck, a real duck. I didn't put that there, by the way. IDEC put that there for some reason. There's signs in here. There's another one I think you've seen on the sign, long-haired freaky people need not apply. That's something that some engineer having a good time at IDEC put in there, I guess, snuck in there too. But anyways, it's kind of funny, I think. Anyways, this is how you go in and pick different things to put into your HMI. Okay, so let's get back out. We're going to leave that alone. Okay, now to show you how this is working, and here's the tabs I was talking about, how you can switch between your screens. See, since I've been opening them, it's populating them up here. Okay, and you can actually take these and rearrange them up there also if you want them in an order and it doesn't order them for you, okay, by just dragging them. Okay, let's go to Win LDR. Now this is the actual program that was written for this. Okay, so let's go into our tag editor over here. Let's find our data registers. All right, data register 2, there's our seam speed right there. Okay, that's used 3 times. So what I did just then, I should have told you. All right, tag editor. If you want to find where something is, once you pull it up, you just double click right here. Okay, and it's going to pull up the first instant of it. Okay, that's see, I was in tag singles. All right. Okay, so this is the first place. This is a move function. All right, so this is one place it's used. Here's another place it's used. This is another move function. Okay, this is another place it's used. Okay, basically I haven't explained move functions yet, but when M00 is pushed, or that bit is on, and Q04 is off, it sends a single output up, which moves whatever's in D002 to D0012. Okay, so D0012 is where it's actually kicking the speed out to the analog output card. We'll go there in a second, and I'll show you. I'm pretty sure that's how I had that written. It's been a while since I've done this program. Like I say, you can play with it and fiddle with it any way you want to, if I can figure out how to give it to you. Okay, this is something right here. Like if M001 0 is closed, there's something here I didn't address. I think this is an unfinished program. That's open. This one's closed. That's a timer, 1 second, and it's going to turn it up. This actually sets D1 to 999, which is right at the edge of, that makes it run as fast as it'll go pretty much. This is for them to clean the head on it. Okay, all right, well anyways, okay, so D, we're going to see where our speed's coming out at. Okay, so that's a digital I/O card. Just kind of walking through some of the steps I have it. This is where it populated my comments in there, telling me what I have on it. Okay, that's another digital I/O card. I don't have anything in it. This tells me this was an unfinished program. This is probably a prototype. Okay, this is an analog card. Okay, AQ, that's an output. If it's I, it'd be an input. That's an output card. Okay, see that I have these up here is where I had it. I just clicked, let me do that again. I showed you last time. Configure. Okay, this was actually feeding, I said 4 to 20 a while ago. I forgot this machine's got Mineric drives in it. It was feeding a 0 to 10 volt signal to the Mineric DC drives. Okay, but I have it set from 0 to 1,000 points is what I'm sending it. All right, D001. And that was for I don't remember what that was for. The one we were looking at a while ago was this one right here, D02 and D03. The data's stored there, and status, I think that's whether it's on or off or something's there. Okay. Let's see what else there is here. These here on this screen, I'll show you what some of these do. All right, this is a go-to screen command, and it's how you set these is you actually go up here to commands, and you have, these are kind of like, I call them silent commands because they work in the background. You really don't see them on the HMI when it's on. But that's a go-to screen command. You got all kinds of different commands up here. So basically, this little screen command, whatever screen it's on, which is 1, all right, will trigger when input 30 from the PLC. Let's see what input 30 is, just to kind of show you how this kind of works here. Input 30 is an e-stop input. So when somebody hits an e-stop, input 30 triggers this go-to page. All right. It opens a pop-up screen. I'm trying to show you the flow here, I guess. Okay, it opens pop-up screen number 1, which is this here. Okay, this is a pop-up screen that was created down there. This flashes on the HMI telling that an e-stop was activated. So the operator says, I don't know what stopped the machine. He can walk over there to the HMI and it says e-stop activated. Somebody pushed an e-stop, or maybe an e-stop failed. But anyways, that's what actually stopped the machine. And you have different ones. See, I have scanner protection zone violated, safety cable activated, jam up detected. We have a jam up sensor on that machine. But as you can see, each one of these is gonna, see that screen, I'm trying to show you the flow of this. Screen 4. Let's see here what we got. That takes you to screen 3. Screen 5. Oh, there, see, screen 4 was hidden behind that one. That's why I didn't see it. All right, so trigger condition, when I11 goes true on the falling edge of it, falling edge and rising edge, I'll get into that later too. That's all that is when a signal goes from false to true's rising edge. When it goes to true to false, that's a falling edge. All right, I confused myself now for a second. Oh yeah, screen number 4, trigger condition I11 gets triggered. It takes you to pop-up screen number 4, which is this pop-up screen, jam up detected. Okay, I11 over here is jam up. So I11, when I11 gets triggered, when that goes true, or actually that one goes false. Yeah, it goes true. When that opens up, it's going to turn on that pop-up screen. It's going to pop up in front of you, and the operator actually has to hit that little X right there to clear it. Okay, that's probably about a long enough video for now. If you have any questions on this, I'm going to try to figure out a way to link these up to where you can get to them. I don't know. If anybody has suggestions on how to do that, let me know, and I'll be glad to upload these to where y'all can get them and play around with them on your software. Another thing I was going to kind of show you is if you go, a lot of times you'll go to, look up here, LDR help. See, it has all your stuff where you can get in here and find things to, answers to your own questions. Sometimes you'll get up here and see nothing happens, no user manual. Okay, go down here into your software, go to automation organizer. Okay, and you'll just go down here to manual software upgrades. Let me pull this screen over here, you can see it. I'm going to show you a way to get to the manuals. It'll pull this up off of the web. Pick your language, pick your country, select a file. I want a manual. Open. Okay, it's going to take me to this site. I'm going to look for product family. This one I'm going to say I want operator interfaces. That's HMIs. Okay, I'm working on the HG3G, so I want to do that. I want to filter it that way. All right, I want the product manual. WinIO-NV4 users manual. This is the user manual to the actual software. This is not necessarily the user's manual to the HMI. It's to the software. Hit download, and you can download this file from there. If you you ever need help and you need the manual for anything, that's how you get to it. That's pretty useful information. Okay, and anyway, that's it. Like I say, if I can't get these loaded, somebody please give me some guidance and I will get these loaded up for you to where y'all have something you can kind of spike your interest a little bit. All right, and thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing.